I talk about building long-lasting, healthy habits, how to get them to stick, tips to do that. But what about the hurdles that we might come across? What kind of hurdles could you come across building healthy habits that will last a lifetime? What's up, dreamers? Welcome to Drive Environment. Today I want to talk about my personal experiences and the hurdles. I'm going to use my personal experiences. Obviously, the hurdles that I'm talking about they happen for me, but they could and they probably will happen for a lot of people. So, like a lot of people that I talk to, a lot of things that I read, people that I see on the internet, they all kind of cover the same basis. Now, there's individual variances, so obviously what I go through, you might not go through, and what you go through, I might not go through. So, let's start with the journey that I've had. I wanted to build 10 pounds of muscle. I've been the same weight forever. I've been working out since the first day of 2017, and so it's been a while. And I've been the same weight. Now, obviously, I've gained muscle, but I more toned up than anything. I didn't have any weight to lose. I just toned up. I gained a little bit of muscle, but I've been the same weight probably within 5 pounds. Well, maybe even 3 pounds for as long as I can remember. 15, 20 years. Makes me sound old. Not. And I decided recently I wanted to build 10 pounds of muscle. It's been 4 months. I hit my goal. But I want to talk about the journey. I made some vlogs about this and I fell off on that, typical, but I want to talk about some of the hurdles that I've come across. And the first one I want to talk about, I might even only talk about this one because I think it's the biggest one, is the mental hurdle that I had. There are many days where I felt like I didn't want to go to the gym. I didn't want to work out. I was getting tired. There's a couple times where I got sick for 3 or 4 days. I got the flu, I think, one time. I got food poisoning, pretty bad food poisoning. It was awful. And both those times I lost about three pounds of body weight, but that wasn't muscle. I'll get into that in a minute, but all of this stuff happened. And there's a couple times, especially when I got sick and lost that weight, I was like thinking to myself, what is the point? I almost stopped the journey because I was like, I just lost all the progress that I made and worked hard towards it. And then I'll just do it again. Like I'll try again later, another time. And to me, that defeats the purpose, right? So I said that to myself and then I instantly thought to myself, like, that is what will make or break success. So I push myself through mentally to continue, and I eventually hit my goal. Now, the mental hurdle is the biggest hurdle that I've had, and I feel like that's definitely one of the biggest hurdles for a lot of people. It's a journey. It's not linear. Sorry, no. It's not a linear journey, so it doesn't mean that you're going to progress perfectly in a linear line if you know what a graph is and make progress. Like, you're not going to make a percentage of progress every single day. It's going to fluctuate up and down. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. That is like anything else in the world. Almost nothing works linearly, and everything takes time and patience and motivation and determination. And I will say the mental hurdle is one of the biggest ones. And the best thing that I did for myself was think about the fact that, I've done this before, where I have thought to myself, I will do this again another time because I lost all my progress. What is the point? But when I caught myself thinking like that, the best thing I did for myself is catch myself in that negative mindset, and I turned it around. Even if for the day it was, I still kind of feel like it's a waste, but here I am, right? Catching myself in there and turning it back into a positive mindset where it's like, I made this muscle, or I gained this weight, I lost it because I got sick, that happens. And then on top of that, what I did was educate myself. This was very important too. So I changed my mindset from a negative to a positive, and then I was vigilant enough to say, you know what, why did I lose that weight? So I went to the internet and specifically, I used ChatGPT to answer this question, to give me the answer quickly, and then I cross-referenced it like I do with everything. And I asked it why, or I told it I gained this weight, got sick, lost this weight. Why would this happen? And it gave me a bunch of information with sources, and that made me feel much better, because when you get sick, you lose a lot of you lose a lot of water weight, especially when you're sick by throwing up, because you're not eating, you're not drinking properly, right? Because you're sick. You lose the water weight, and once you're done being sick and you get back to your routine, the weight will come back, and that's exactly what I did. So changing my mindset from a negative to a positive. And if I was in a negative mindset and I held that mindset, I would have never looked that up. I would have never knew that new information that I learned. So changing my mindset was one of the biggest things that I did to help me succeed. Mindset is so important. Everything starts with mindset. I will say that forever and always. Anyways, that's one of the mental hurdles I feel is important to talk about. Personal experiences. I did make it through. I made my 10 pounds. My weight's still fluctuating, but I know technically it's still there. I know the water weight fluctuates heavily throughout the day, depending on what you do, drinking, sweating, and I'm going to keep moving forward. So if anybody has any stories of their own, any questions, let me know in the comments. Hit that like button, helps out the channel. Hit that subscribe button for more content like this, and I hope to see everybody in the next video. Later, dreamers.